Wall bender. We both just looked at each other. It was awkward. It sank back into the wall. That was how Janet discovered she had someone living in her new house. She was wondering why she got it for such a steal. She called her real estate agent and asked if he knew about the thing that lived in the wall. Her agent at first tried to play dumb, asking if she meant if there was a small animal or mold in the wall. But Janet's increasingly loud growl over the phone had them fess up and tell the truth. The creature has always been there. From the moment the house was built, it has been sort of just climbing around on the walls and ceiling, not doing much but creeping out the owners. In the house's 100-year history, it never killed anyone or did anything particularly weird. Why did you say particularly weird? Janet interrupted her real estate agent, wondering if she needs to start planning a murder or six. The silence on the other line was damning. Look, am I going to die, lose my soul, or go bald? Janet asked. Go bald? The real estate agent asked her. Damn it, Janet was proud of her hair. It was her best feature. Answer the question, Tom, she growled. She was also proud of her growl, and she knew where Tom lived. No, Janet, nothing bad has ever happened to a prior owner. It's just really weird and creepy, Tom finally answered, no doubt distracted by her sexy growl. Finally, she let the silence linger for a moment before sighing. Fine, Tom, Janet answered. Wait, so that means you'll keep the house? Tom's voice was hopeful. Just how many people ran away from this house? Janet almost felt bad. Give me 15% more off, Janet added. She almost felt bad for Tom. The house was actually very nice, and like 3 minutes away from her job. No traffic for Janet. That was how Janet came to terms with the fact that she had a housemate. Not that things went smoothly, because as Tom advertised, the thing was creepy as fuck. But Janet was made of stern stuff, and again, the fact that she no longer has to drive an hour to go to work means everything to her. Night 2. Janet suddenly woke up. She rubbed the sleep out of her eyes and looked up at the ceiling. The creature was looking at her from its position on the ceiling. It almost looked like it was stretching out the wall. Janet made eye contact with the creature and refused to look away. Well, she said after a moment. The creature did nothing but look at her. After a moment, it merged back into the ceiling and was gone. Lame, she muttered and went back to sleep. Day 6. Janet was eating breakfast in her brand new breakfast nook, her very own breakfast nook. Janet squealed internally at that. She has truly made it, she thought, as she took a sip of her heavily caffeinated beverage. Hands grew out of the wall opposite her, groaning as it stretched in ways that defied physics. When the hands were about to touch Janet, the woman calmly put her used dishes on the outstretched hands. Do a favor and put these in the sink, she ordered. The hands froze, unsure of what to do. Janet arched an eyebrow and drumming her fingers on her thigh. Well, get to it. You're stretching right over the sink. She waved her hand at the extended hands and slowly they retracted. Bringing the dishes back with it, it dropped them in the sink as it sunk back into the wall. Janet sighed happily as she picked up her tablet and checked her email. Day 13. Janet was sitting on the toilet in her bathroom. She always regrets eating the curry at her favorite Indian restaurant. While she loves the spicy dish, the dish definitely doesn't love her. As Janet hummed on the toilet, the creature began to emerge from way behind. Its hands were shaped into claws and its face a mask of terror and evil as it reached out for the innocent woman below it. Slowly getting closer to do something no doubt horrible to the new owner of the house. Without looking, Janet opened the drawer next to her and pulled out a stun gun. It took but a moment for her to tase the creature, making it retreat back into the wall with a pained howl. Creepy pervert, You already tried that last week, Janet muttered as she put the taser away and pulled out some incense to light. Man, that curry was rough on her. Day 31. I don't know how you can stay here, Janet, Tom admitted, making Janet giggle. He's been calling every day, making sure she's okay, and is she sure she doesn't want to move? He came today to make sure it was actually her and that the creature didn't, scoop out her insides and wear her as a Janet suit. Such a nervous Nelly Tom was. It's fine, Tom. You just have to set your boundaries, Janet explained as she poured Tom a glass of wine. It was his second glass. One more and she's going to be able to take off his pants without him noticing until it was too late. Janet has needs too. Her impure thoughts about doing horrifically fun things to Tom's boy parts were put on hold when the door to the dining room knocked. Oi, come in, she hollered. Tom jumped when the creature merged through the wall and went very skilled as the creature approached the table, its eyes hollow pits of darkness and evil, a rumbling growl vibrating its vein-covered torso. And to Tom's shock, the creature took the empty plates and was quickly gone back through the wall. The sight made Janet smirk a cocky grin. See, Tom, nothing to it. This is nothing compared to my college roommate. At this, Janet shivered. Now she was a real demon, and a bitch who always ate her leftovers, Janet added in her mind. At this, Tom took a long swallow of his wine. Seeing this, Janet smiled a beautiful smile. Yes, Tom, drink your happy juice, Janet thought as she made a mental note to put a sock on the door.